as the calendar flips to February. Conference battles become even more pivotal, and tonight's battle between the Washington Panthers and the Canton Little Giants is no different for the Mid-Illini Conference. Hi, everybody. Alongside me is Caden Sexton. I'm Owen Dimple, and Caden, we came here tonight, first time in 4 years, we made it here to Canton High School for a basketball game. You know, exciting building, got tradition to it. It's just got a cool environment, but really the focus point is that these two teams are just like a fountain of youth.
They really are, Owen. When you look at Washington, their team that won the Mid-Illini last season with only one conference loss, and they're coming out this season starting 4 sophomores, one senior, and the person first off the bench, another sophomore. They are using their sophomores and their youth more than anyone else in the Mid-Illini, and currently they're undefeated in the Mid-Illini, so clearly something's working for the Panthers. You go and you look over at Canton's side, they do have 1 or 2 seniors they bring in and out of the starting lineup, but their 2 best players are 2 juniors. They have Allison Wheeler and Ella Demler. Both of them are continuing to show success throughout the season, and you know, that fountain of youth, as you were talking about, is just very present on both sides of tonight's court.
Yeah, you definitely see it. Canton, you could say a little more experience, and tonight it's their senior night, having 3 seniors on the roster, Ava Wenger, Jenna Goforth, and Rachel Perry. But for Washington, you know, they're 8, 9 sophomores deep with this team, and, you know, with a team like that, it's very common to see, you know, just like little mistakes, you know, kind of struggle with fundamentals, but this team is just, you know, they've proven they're just way ahead of their years.
Yeah, you know, I spoke with former Panther and now current Bradley freshman Claire McDougall. She has a younger sister, sophomore Becky McDougall, on the team. But when I spoke with Claire earlier on in the week, she told me that they're a young team. You see that when they play. They'll make some rookie and simple mistakes because they're all sophomores and because they don't have the experience as other teams. But something that they do accomplish that she doesn't see in any other group is when they make that mistake, you then see a different fire in the team. You then see a different team out there with a burst of athleticism, with a burst of energy that try and make up for it for until they're off the floor. And it's just something that's impressive to watch.
Yeah, we talk about the youth, but
for 4 years of Preps coverage, media is ready for a new era. CSM Overtime.
What is CSM Overtime? We're going beyond the broadcast to give you in-depth coverage of your teams,
Your stories. Your stats and standings.
your highlights and action shots.
With your subscription, you'll get to see news and feature stories from all sports, up-to-date stats from around the area, and thoughtful analysis from our team of experts. As for our broadcast and social media coverage, it's only getting better.
With your support of Clutch Sports Media Overtime, we'll continue to grow our free broadcast coverage with more sports, more games, and more innovation.
And thanks to our partnership with Too Efficient Media, your social media feeds will be filled with Central Illinois' best sights and sounds. CSM Overtime will also give you access to full galleries from some of the most talented photographers and videographers in our region.
As the new season approaches, it's time for more.
More action. More stories.
More coverage of all Central Illinois sports. It's Clutch Sports Media Overtime.
And welcome back, everybody. And take a moment to say tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Molly Maid. Call Molly Maid of Peoria so you can spend more time cheering on your team and less time cleaning your home. Visit mollymaidpeoria.com to schedule a free in-home estimate and start getting your time back. And we'd also like to thank Kep's Sports Bar and Grill for helping bring tonight's coverage. Kep's in Washington is home of great food, great drinks, and a fun and family-friendly atmosphere. Head on over if you're feeling hungry. Until the tip-off, you know, we'll go back into some of the players that we were talking about before. We touched on Avery Tibbs and her three-point shooting ability, and briefly got into the McDougall sister, Becca McDougall. McDougall in their last game against Richwoods, just an all-around performance, and that really kind of just shows what kind of a player she is on that on the floor for them.
No, exactly. And you look at the season, and as I said before, you have the points per game leader in Avery Tibbs, but McDougal's still putting up 9.8 points a night. McDougal's leading the team in rebounds with 9.5 a game. McDougal's leading on assists in 5.4 a game. And she's leading in steals, second in steals at 2.6 a night. So although Becca McDougal might not be number one in points, McDougal is spreading herself in every other offensive category and every single defensive category.
Yeah, and it's not just, the top scoring leaders for this team. You also have players like Ainsley Redlingshafer who can really bring it on defense, and also Danny Goudet, who provides a huge post threat and had a really great performance the last time these two teams faced off in a Washington 65-48 victory. Now let's head on over to the Canton side. These players, they're just as good.
Yeah, no, I mean, you look at Allison Wheeler, who scored her career 1,000th point on January 27th, got awarded her 1,000-point ball here tonight during pregame after the senior night festivities were done. She's only a junior, and you see her leading the squad with 12.7 a game. Every other stat is pretty much held by Ella Demler. Sorry.
Yeah, being part of Allison Wheeler's 1,000-point celebration, it's a really special moment for high school players to have that. It's not every day you see a 1,000-point score, and it's definitely well earned. And as we get closer to the national anthem, the excitement, you can just really feel it in the building. People flooding in on a great Friday night for some high school hoops.
Yeah, Owen, there might not be much seating here at the Alice Ingrid gym, but it's very packed. It's hard to see. On the Washington side, we're an hour away from Washington right now, so I do see some openings in their stands, but as I look behind me, I cannot see a hole in the Canton side. This is their last home game of the year. Tonight's senior night. They're playing the undefeated Washington. This is a huge game all around, and everyone in this gym knows it and feels that great atmosphere.
Yeah, both teams, the Panthers, they're 10-0. They really want to continue that hot streak in the Mid-Illini, coming into this game with a 9-game win streak. But Canton, this could be just a huge, huge win for them tonight if they could pull it off.
When I spoke with Mary Beth Dura before the season started, head coach of Canton. This is only her second year of Canton, but one of her goals for her second year was to get a win on Washington. She said that she wanted to win the Mid-Illini, but more importantly, she wanted to win this game. She saw it before the season started that they end the season at home against Washington, who they lost to twice last year, and she made it a goal entering the season that they won tonight and they split the series.
Definitely a team with championship aspirations, and they got the coach to do it. As Mary Beth Dura, before her time with Canton, she was at Brimfield and won a state title in the Class 1A in 2021. So definitely have the ability to go out and put a championship team together. All right, before we tip off, we'll send it to break.
Attention business owners and entrepreneurs. Are you ready to take your brand to the next level? Look no further than Clutch Sports Media, your go-to destination for local high school sports coverage in Central Illinois. Our business has reached almost 1 million total views on YouTube and is connected with an astounding 39,000 accounts on social media, averaging thousands of views with each post. That's 39,000 engaged and passionate sports enthusiasts who love tuning into our content, ready to become your new customer. Clutch Sports Media is offering an exclusive opportunity for local businesses to seize the spotlight. We are opening up prime advertising spaces in our social media posts and live sports broadcasts. Partnering with Clutch Sports Media isn't just about visibility. It's about being part of a community that loves and embraces the spirit of sports. It's about making lasting connections with your target audience. Don't miss out on this winning opportunity. Clutch Sports Media, where Central Illinois plays its biggest games.
welcome back. Just about finishing up the pregame festivities here in Canton, Illinois. We're about to get the starting lineups announced. We'll see the Washington Panthers, the visiting team first. We'll have number 2, Avery Tibbs, the sophomore guard. Number 5, Becca McDougal, swing sophomore.
Very versatile player, playing very strong number 4, who can kind of go out there and do anything that they ask.
Also the other sophomore guard, number 11, Ainsley Redling-Schaefer.
Yeah, big defensive threat there in Redling-Schaefer. And next up was Maisie O'Brien, second on the team in points.
And then to round out the starting 5, number 22, the senior, Emma Heidbreeder. Now they'll flip it over to the Canton Little Giants. You know, Ken, we haven't been here often, but the lights go out. You got all the parents and fans and students all excited for the starting lineup. It's a pretty cool atmosphere. You got number 11, Ella Demler, the junior guard. Number 1, Ava Wenger, the senior guard. Can't quite get a number with everybody standing in the way.
13 there. That's senior Jenna Goforth here on senior night.
The number 23, Allison Wheeler, who we spoke about getting her 1,000th career point this past Saturday. And then rounding out the starting 5 for the Little Giants, number 32, the senior Rachel Perry.
Yeah, 2 seniors in that starting 5 here for senior night festivities tonight. The other senior being honored was Ava Weiner. Ava Weiner is actually the CSM Player of the Week. So
yeah, there's a great article out on our Clutch Sports Media Overtime every week doing the Athlete of the Week and just kind of getting to know the players a lot more. And so go check that out on CSM Overtime as we're tipping away and Washington corrals the tip-off. Redling-Schaefer trying to get something started for the Panthers offense. She'll get the ball back. Thought about popping the shot. Finds Tibbs, and we spoke how she's a 3-point shooter, and she makes her first from the top of the key.
Yeah, Tibbs starts this game off. Not very surprising. They like looking to her, especially at the 3-point line. No surprise there that they wanted to start strong and start with 3.
And it's going to be key focal point for this Little Giant defense to know where she's at on the court at all times. Just swinging the ball around top of the key for the Little Giants. Great defense by the Panthers. They get a steal. And here's Tibbs running down the court. Stopped. And they'll kick it out. Now McDougal running the offense. 3-point shot. Missed. That was Maisie O'Brien, who had 18 points in their last game at Richwoods. And another steal by Tibbs. Has numbers right here. Finds McDougal, passes it down below, but that one is intercepted by Wenger. The Little Giants denying the Panthers. Now Wheeler gives off to Perry. Her 3-pointer, no good off the back of the iron. Now the Panthers looking to get into transition quickly. McDougal found Tibbs at the wing. Her 3-pointer's good. Another 3-pointer by Avery Tibbs.
Interesting now. There you go. They just made the correction on the scoreboard.
I did see that had 2 the first time. So Tibbs now up to 6 points, all the scoring for the Panthers. Now Wheeler tries to drive, spin around. Her jump shot missed. Now Tibbs looking to work for the Panthers. Finds a cutting McDougal. Her layup missed it. Fighting underneath was Heidbreeder. Heidbreeder. Ball got knocked away, but Heidbreeder. Ball got knocked away, but the Panthers will still own possession of the ball. Their inbound play finds McDougal, top of the key. There's O'Brien right at the free throw stripe. Her jump shot is good. She gets her first point of the game. 5:30 to play here in the first quarter. Washington off to an 8-0 start. It's a miscommunication there, but Perry, right place at the right time to get that ball. Good cut there by Demler. The three-point shot by Wenger is good. And Wenger gets the scoring started for the Little Giants.
Panthers try to move quickly there.
Almost a steal right there, but Tibbs finding the ball, gets the layup. So avoided disaster right there from a turnover and translated that into some points. Now here's Wheeler trying to find something. You know, they really like swinging the ball around the top of the key and trying to find one of those cutting offensive players into the paint. Goforth just about lost it. That's knocked away by Redling Schaefer. Ooh, and McDougal just about lost her pivot foot. And instead, they'll reset the offense. Tibbs finds McDougal down below, but she hands it right back to her. Feeds McDougal down in the paint, kicks it out, jump shot, no good, but McDougal right there for the offensive board and puts it up with ease. And with that, Mary Beth Dura is going to get a timeout on the floor.
You know, when I talked to Dura in the preseason, one thing that she emphasized was that this team needed to improve on defense, that they can go and they can score, but that their defense was something that they kind of wanted to work on. But what we've seen so far is Washington playing, or just being able to shoot wherever they want, whenever they want, and when they go and play on defense, playing a lot of lockdown.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they're playing bad defense off to the start, but, you know, you just really see the patience with the Panthers offense that, you know, they're always looking for, you know, the next best play that can set them up for a great shot.
None of them are they're all very unselfish players on the floor tonight.
Yeah, I mean, you can look at the team chemistry. This group has pretty much played since, you know, going back to 3rd grade, so very strong group of girls. Now we see some full court press here by the Panthers as they get it across half court in time. Now Wheeler trying to find anything, dumps it off to Dennis. Just about turned it over right there. Here's Wheeler on the drive, kicks it out. Dangerous pass right there. Led to a three-point shot, no good, left it a little short, and rebounded by the Panthers.
Yeah, a lot of dangerous passes there, trying to go back and forth across the keys, not able to make anything of it.
And O'Brien's three-pointer, no good, just about had it, a little too much on it. Ball rolls off a foot, off a Panther foot, so it'll be little giant ball.
You know, something that surprises me already as we are only, 3:15 into this game is I talked to Coach Maribeth Dura before tonight's contest. She always likes bringing one of her bigs onto the floor as the first one in. Tonight, she brought one of the smallest, junior Brooklyn Dennis. Brooklyn Dennis is one of their offensive stars this season. I wonder if she's trying to just change the flow and do something Washington's not going to expect.
Yeah, only 3 points right now, kind of trying to find just a little bit of offense, but that Panther defense just so stingy right now. So Wheeler trying to find anything. Swing it over to Wenger. Wenger, just the lone shot made for the Little Giants. That time she'll draw the foul. It'll go on Heidbreeder. That'll be the first foul on Washington.
They're going to bring in Adrian Donald.
Now Demler working the offense. Gives it off to Goforth. I feel like, if you can't, you just want to try and find a way to get the ball into the post. They'll get a whistle and a blocking foul. If I'm correct, that was Danny Goudet picking up her first foul. Yes, it was indeed Goudet. Feed it in. There's Dennis working around, spins around. Not much going for this Little Giant offense. There's a shot. Tried to up and under. No good. Very difficult shot. And Tibbs, nice crossover. Gave up the three-pointer. Instead, the Panthers will have their chance at swinging around underneath the basket. It's good. Danny Goudet getting the scoring started for herself. Her first bucket. And there's another turnover. Tibbs all over the place on the defensive side of the ball already. That one lost. Adrian Donald. And an empty possession right there from the Panthers. Haven't seen that too often tonight. And there's Wenger's corner three. It's good. Ava Wenger knocks down her second three-pointer. She has all 6 points so far here in the first quarter.
Wenger very comfortable down in the near corner. Little Giants definitely need to rely on that more.
McDougal tries to put it up. No good. Good defense right there by Demler. And there's a three ball. Just missed. That was Jenna Goforth, the senior, one of the three seniors here at senior night. Approaching the 1 minute mark remaining here in the first quarter. Washington leading Canton 14-6 as there's a turnover there by the Panthers. They're going to try and get some points on a quick transition. Nice pass right there to Dennis. Her shot left a little more on there than what she'd like. Swinging around top key. Almost lost right there. Wenger kind of saw that pass coming. They'll get a player control foul. Redling Schaefer couldn't control herself. Went straight into the defender. And good defensive play right there. Couldn't see who took the charge, but good effort nonetheless. Get some quick substitutions in here. Correa checking in for Goforth. .30 seconds.
It'll be interesting to see if the Little Giants try and drain that clock or if they're going to try and or they're going to let Washington take the ball to end it.
Yeah, you can, play the safe bet and wait for the last shot, especially get close now to 10 seconds, but if you got a shot that's open, you can't be afraid to take it. There's a good cut right there and a basket by Ella Demler. And Tibbs will just throw it up high off the backboard, but first quarter comes to an end here in Canton with Washington leading 14-8. A defensive battle right there. Towards the end of this quarter, not much scoring from the Little Giants, but they're able to find some from Wenger and Demler. And on the opposite side for the Panthers, Tibbs, proving her three-point shooting ability is going to be lethal.
Yeah, Tibbs' field goal percentage is 68% on the year, best for the Panthers. Can't expect much else than her to drain shots tonight.
And tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Molly Maid. Call Molly Maid of Peoria so you can spend more time cheering on your team and less time cleaning your home. Visit mollymaidpeoria.com to schedule a free in-home estimate and start getting your time back. We'd like to thank Kep's Sports Bar and Grill for helping bring you tonight's coverage. Kep's in Washington is home of great food, great drinks, and a fun and family-friendly atmosphere. Head on over when you're feeling hungry. Just about to start here in the second quarter in Canton. Maybe we'll go back to the first meeting between these two teams. Was a Washington 65-48 victory. In that game, something interesting that I saw, all 65 points were scored by the sophomores of this team. That three-point shot, and it's money from Ava Wenger. She's up to 9 points now.
Wayner responsible for 9 out of the 11 Little Giant points.
Buddy's shot is no good. Maybe this could spark a little run here for the Little Giants. A 14-11 game here starting the second quarter. Dennis with a pump fake. She'll drive into the paint. Floater's no good, but she was hacked on the way there. They're going to get the sophomore Kennedy Buddy on the foul. She'll get 2 shots at the charity stripe. Knocks in the first one.
Yeah, Brooklyn Dennis, 4.2 points per game this season. Coach Marybeth Dura called her the surprise player of the year, and she's done nothing but disappointed this Little Giants team as she banks the second.
She does a great job there, knocking in both free throws, and now cutting the lead to just 1 point against Washington. And McDougal's shot, oh, it was a pass, sorry. Kicks it out to Buddy in the corner. Her three-pointer's good. Kennedy Buddy with a 3-point shot.
I think McDougal kind of surprised everyone there and made it the Little Giants and us think she was going for 3.
And now Wheeler's 3 is good. Allison Wheeler gets her first bucket of the night.
The 1,000-point score decides to answer 3 for 3 and tie the game back up at 16.
Nice handoff right there to O'Brien, and she lays it in. Maisie O'Brien with the great communication right there on offense. There's another steal by Avery Tibbs. She thought about feeding it down below to Buddy. Instead, kicks it out to her teammates. Buddy in the corner, swings it around. Other side, Tibbs regains possession of it. Trying to find any room of space. Almost throws away. And Demler's right there to take it. 2-on-1 right here. She'll put up the layup. It's good. Demler with a nice transition. 18-18 here. 3 minutes into the second quarter. Already feeling a lot more excitement from the Canton side of the gym. McDougal finds it right in the paint. She puts it up for the easy 2 points. McDougal, she just really, knows how to find her way in the paint for the post move, and, most of the time she's going to put it up and have whatever she wants down there. There's Wenger's three-pointer. Another one from Ava Wenger. Her 4th three-point make in the first half already.
Head coach of Washington, Kimberly Barth, not very happy there that the Panther defense allowed an open Wayner in the corner after all the rest of her previous 3-point success tonight.
And that foul's going to go on Jenna Goforth, trying to go for the loose ball.
Canton with its first lead of tonight, Owen.
It is, yep. Just seeing a very different second quarter from them compared to that first, only putting up 8 points. There's O'Brien, hands it off to Tibbs. And they'll lose another one. So now Washington kind of just looking out of sorts there when they get into the paint. Here's Wenger again. She's got 4 3-pointers. This one missed by Brooklyn Dennis. But, you shouldn't come to a surprise that Wenger's already has 4 3-pointers. She's a 40% shooter from behind the arc, so a very efficient offensive player for the Little Giants.
Yeah, and, Wayner, the clutch overtimes player of the week last week after banking 9 3-pointers in her last 2 games.
See if the Panthers can get anything on this possession. McDougal now has it. Gives it off to Tibbs. And kind of a slight double team right there. That's the attention she'll bring. Redling Schaefer's 3-pointer, a little too much, but offensive board by McDougal. Kicks it out to Tibbs. Her 3-pointer, a little too much as well. And now a quick pass down to Goforth. Fouled hard on the layup attempt. Didn't get it, but she'll get 2 free throw attempts. Avery Tibbs picking up her first foul of the night.
Goforth misses the first. She has a 40% field goal percentage on the year, scoring 8 a night, both third on this team.
And she connects on her second one. Now, giving the Little Giants a 2-point cushion here with 3:47 to play in the first half. The Panthers kind of on a scoring drought, but as I say that, Avery Tibbs knocks down a floater. She's now into double figures. Canton will swing it around. Finds a nice cut from Goforth. Puts up a layup, but that was denied by Emma Heidbreeder. And on the opposite side, it's Demler dishing out the stuff.
Demler with a block there. She's the leader with 1.2 a night for the Little Giants, showing that she's not so little.
Yeah, Canton, I mean, they have some size too. Two girls that are 6 feet tall. In Washington, they have a few 5'11s, but not quite to the 6 foot mark. McDougal's three-pointer, no good.
Becca McDougal almost ran in there and got her own rebound.
McDougal, yeah, I mean, we spoke on it already, just an all-around player. Tibbs just denying the cutting Wheeler. That's just going to be a great matchup tonight between them two. Goforth's three-pointer, a little off to the right. Wheeler really wanted that, but Tibbs got the ball. And McDougal took a little too many steps on that one, trying to find the open teammate, but she'll get called on the infraction. Yeah, Kate, I mean, just not the same Washington team in the second quarter as they did in the first quarter.
No, I think there's a lot of tension here on the Washington sideline and a lot of grinning over in the Canton stands.
Wheeler, she'll go to work down in the wheelhouse, gets fouled. Tibbs, you know, thought she was straight up, but gets called on the foul. That'll be her second. Important to know with 2:22 to play here in the second quarter. 2 fouls for number 2. First free throw, good by Wheeler. Heidbreeder will check out of this game. Tibbs having a little conversation with Coach Barth, getting her insight. Second attempt, no good by Wheeler. Leaving just a 1-point lead here for the Little Giants. McDougal really trying to post up down the corner, but denied by Michaela Correa. That one stole by Tibbs again. She puts it up and one. Avery Tibbs, another steal, another bucket.
I mean, that was back and forth, incredible play on both sides. You saw that incredible just snatch by Michaela Correa to then the Tibbs steal and basket.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't been keeping track of the steals so far, but Tibbs, I mean, it's felt like about 4 or 5 of them now. Hit under 2-minute mark with Washington retaking the lead by 2. Just a lot of back and forth battle here in Canton. Wenger really thought about popping the three-pointer. Correa throws it away. McDougal right there for the steal. Gives it off to O'Brien. Nice sidestep. A little too much on the free throw. And a whistle. And that's going to be an offensive foul. Couldn't get a number on it. Well, that was Danny Gaudet on the foul.
(25-23) with 1:35 left here. Washington's on top. Canton would love to go into halftime. It's a very tense environment right now, Owen.
Yeah, you know, at 1:25, looking into the halftime break, we'll go into the postseason brackets that were, you know, just recently announced. So probably bring on John Michael to give his wonderful insight on the regional brackets. There's a good find underneath. Heidbreeder gets her first points. Now it grows a 4-point lead for the Panthers. Nice dish by Demler. Down low to Dennis. Demler stuck in the paint. Finds Dennis again. Some tough defense right there by Redling Schaefer, but they're going to say she bumped into her a little too hard. We'll pick up the foul. For Washington, they already passed the 5-foul limit, so Canton will be shooting in the double bonus the rest of the first half. First one's good by Brooklyn Dennis. So far, all 3 points came via the free throw line. Second one, just as good. 45 seconds to go. 27-25, Washington leading. Here's McDougal commanding the offense. She'll jump pass all the way to Redling Schaefer. O'Brien looking for the screen for McDougal. Pick and roll action. Denied. Redling Schaefer wide open in the corner. Her three-pointer. It's good. Redling Schaefer for 3. Now here's Demler. Picked up her dribble. She's stuck right now. Now Dennis. Clock rolling under down to 10 seconds. Trying to find an open shot to maybe spark something into halftime. There's a nice layup by Goforth. And Washington won't even attempt a shot at the buzzer. So through one half here in Canton, Washington on top of the Little Giants, 30-27. Looking at some of the scoring here, we got from the Panthers side, 13 from Tibbs, 4 each from McDougal and O'Brien. A couple of three-pointers from Redling Schaefer and Buddy. And then on the flip side from Canton, Wenger doing most of the scoring with 12 points, coming from 4 3-point shots. Dennis, Demler, and Wheeler all with 4 points each. So, Kane, what was your initial thoughts here in the first half?
Yeah, the one thing that I found very interesting was Washington's head coach, Kimberly Barth, was putting Becca McDougal on Ella Demler, not on Allison Wheeler. Allison Wheeler is the leading point scorer and just cracked her 1,000 point. And, Becca McDougal is by far the best defensive player on the Panthers side. Instead, they were lining Tibbs up with Wheeler. And, Wheeler was kind of taken out of the first half. It'll be interesting to see how those matchups affect the second half of the game.
Yeah, Wheeler was definitely kind of shut down there in the first half, only to 4 points, and she's usually a 12.7 point per game scorer for the Canton Little Giants. But you also got to give credit to the Washington defense. I mean, they, really stuck to the man-to-man, and they just didn't allow much for space, and therefore, Canton just couldn't find anything down in the post, where for Wheeler being 6 feet tall, she should have the advantage down there.
Well, they were playing very stingy defense, Owen, something that, we don't typically see a lot, but they were trying to attack in every chance they could. They're trying to be a very aggressive, they're showing they're being very aggressive, showing their presence and making themselves known throughout the half.
So we get the camera back up and rolling. We talked that we're going to be touching a little bit on the playoff brackets that were just released, and when looking ahead into the playoffs for Canton, games like this are really going to benefit from them. They're a 2A team, but from them being in the Mid-Illini Conference, they play a lot of 3A teams, such as, Washington here tonight, and that can really, propel them and prepare them for the playoffs.
Yeah, when you look at Canton, they're the only 2A school in the Mid-Illini. So going up against these 3A schools kind of gets them in a different playoff mode than the rest of the 2A schools they'll face. However, during the regular season before conference play, they did have to go and face their biggest opponent, Peoria Notre Dame, which I talked to Dura before the season started, and they wanted to win against Peoria Notre Dame more than they wanted to win any conference game, and they did not. They fell by 9 to PND, and it'll be interesting to see what happens when if they have to face off again in the postseason.
Yeah, PND, one of the many great teams in our area. Going across, looking at these schedules for both teams, a lot of good competition. I mean, Washington coming in with only 4 losses. All 4 of them have been against very quality opponents. You look at Galesburg, Normal Community twice, and Quincy.
For time. After 4 years of preps coverage in Central Illinois, Clutch Sports Media is ready for a new era. CSM Overtime.
What is CSM Overtime? We're going beyond the broadcast to give you in-depth coverage of your teams.
Your stories. Your stats and standings.
Your
This from our team of experts. As for our broadcast and social media coverage, it's only getting better.
With your support of Clutch Sports Media Overtime, we'll continue to grow our free broadcast coverage with more sports, more games, and more innovation.
And thanks to our partnership with Too Efficient Media, your social media feeds will be filled with Central Illinois' best sights and sounds. CSM Overtime will also give you access to full galleries from some of the most talented photographers and videographers in our region.
As the new season approaches, it's time for more.
More action, more stories.
More coverage of all Central Illinois sports. It's Clutch Sports Media Overtime.
Welcome back to Canton, Illinois. I'm Caden Sexton. Alongside me is Jonathan Michael. We got about 4 minutes left of halftime, but first, let's go through the brand new released playoff brackets. John, take it away.
Yeah, looking at Canton, obviously they are in Class 2A. They've made some deep runs in the past. Again, these brackets were just released at 4 p.m. today, so brand spanking new. They will face the winner of either Macomb or Knoxville in the regional semis on February 12th. And right after that, they'll get to see Monmouth-Roseville against either Mercer County or Rockridge. And if Canton can win that, they'd probably face Monmouth-Roseville, but you never know. Mercer County or Rockridge could also be in there as well. Canton, though, if they are to win both of those games you see on your screen in those regional rounds, they do host their sectional. So that'd be a big home court advantage for the Little Giants. Look at the other side of the bracket of that sectional. Some teams they could face. They could face Peoria Notre Dame. They could face DMAC. Some good schools from the Heart of Illinois Conference as well. So I think, Canton's got a good path out of the regionals potentially. Sectionals are going to be some really tough tests. So many good teams in Class 2A around the area. So we'll see. But Canton, though, they're showing tonight they can really hang with the best of the best.
Yeah, John, Canton is on the side of the bracket that has DMAC sitting at the number 1 seed. On the other side of the bracket, the number 1 seed is Peoria Notre Dame, who we all know is one of the most powerful schools in the area and who Canton has been unable to beat time after time again the last couple of years. On the other side with Peoria Notre Dame is actually Eureka. Now, they might not seem as big of a school, but Eureka in overtime ended the season for Canton last year. So they don't really want to face either Eureka or Peoria Notre Dame, or they do and get some revenge.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, remember that game against Eureka last year? That was a really good game where Gavin Russell was out there reporting at it. And from what I heard, it was a classic. I wasn't there at the game, but it's certainly a tough loss for the Little Giants, and they're looking to just get back and make a deep run like they did back in 2021 as well. Looking real quick at the Class 3A bracket for Washington. They're in the Pontiac Regional, so they got a little bit of travel on their end. They're the number 1 seed. They're going to face Streeter Township, also on February 12th as well. Then, if they could win that game, they could face arch rival Metamora, potentially for a regional title game. That would certainly be lots of fun. Two teams that are separated really a couple miles, but they'd be driving about 45 minutes to play in Pontiac. So, again, the Washington, what they've done to the regular season, earned that 1 seed, always a spot you want to be at heading into the playoffs.
Yeah, the Washington bracket's very interesting because they do have Morton on their side as well at the 2 seed. They could play in round 2, rival Metamora, and the number 1 seed on the other side of their bracket is undefeated Lincoln. So very powerful schedule for Washington and a very interesting schedule Washington's going to have to go through on their road to state.
Great stuff right there from John Michael, our kind of own Joe Lenardi bracketologist. Very good work. And halftime festivities wrapping up here, getting ready to start the second half. Washington up by 3. Caden, we saw a great first half. What would be your keys for both teams going into the second half?
Yeah, you know, for the Little Giants, I think they just need to play more calm basketball. I think they made a lot of just simple pass mistakes, just passing errors, just not great communication. And, I mean, they had a 8-point first half. For first quarter turned into a 19-point second quarter, as that was a miss there by Washington. And Washington, they just need to keep playing their stingy defense, keep making Canton feel uncomfortable. If they can do that, then they will definitely come away with this one.
Great analysis right there from Caden Sexton. That one knocked away by Avery Tibbs. Officials going to get together. They're going to rule Washington ball. So another great defensive play right there from the sophomore guard. Already had a few steals leading to some fast break points in the first half from Tibbs. McDougal, nice feed right there to O'Brien. She'll draw the foul. You know, something I noticed in the first half with Washington is, you know, if you can get the ball to McDougal at least once every possession, chances are it's going to be a successful possession.
Yeah, you know, McDougal is the leading, the number 3 in points and number 1 in assists. So whether or not she's shooting it or she's getting it to somebody else, she is making a big impact in every shot that's taken.
Maisie O'Brien knocks down both free throws. She's now up to 6 points in this game. Here's Goforth, nice drive, kicks it out to Demler. Demler trying to find something. Wheeler tried to get posted up there, but couldn't get a window safely to get the ball in. Here's Dennis. Running around in the corner before giving it back up to Wenger. Works near the free throw line. Now here's Allison Wheeler. Watch her go to work underneath on Tibbs. Now Demler for 3. Missed it off to the right, but a nice offensive rebound by Wheeler. Now Wheeler just trying to find just a little room. Kicks it out. Goforth, her 3-pointer, no good as well. So they had 2 cracks at it, but couldn't come away with points. Tibbs denied. Yet another touch by McDougal in the post. Feeds it back to Tibbs for the bucket. Avery Tibbs now up to 15 points as she's the leading scorer in this entire ball game. And Coach Dura is going to want a timeout. You know, kind of sensing maybe a repeat of what happened in the first quarter where Washington just got on a quick start to open up things. And, you know, the Little Giants just really didn't have an answer.
Yeah, you know, that's how the last quarter started, was just a lot of offense and a lot of strong defense, both on the Washington side. You know, you look at Coach Maribeth Dura in her second year here. She's had an interesting road to Canton, Owen. She currently is sitting at a 40-20 record with the Little Giants, 16-10 in Mid-Illini play for her. But what's more interesting is when she came here to Canton, she had previously, the year before, won the 1A state title with Brimfield.
Get a look right there at the Little Giant band providing the energy here in the building tonight. You know, kind of see up in the upper right-hand corner a guy wearing a chicken hat. Not sure where I can find one of them, but I want one. Here's Brooklyn Dennis dribbling around, finds her teammate Demler. Finds Wheeler down low, wide open. Dennis for 3, no good. Off the back iron, rebounded by the Panthers. Tibbs on the right wing. They're really trying to find McDougal. She'll get it on the wing. before taking it, driving to the baseline. Redling Schaefer, not a great pass right at the feet, but still able to get the ball.
Yeah, Little Giants didn't really try and pressure her there. They just let her pick it up.
Just what great ball movement by the Panthers. I mean, it seemed like everybody was working with McDougal, who's like just at the nucleus right there at the free throw line, and ended up with a very nice bucket.
Nice play there by Dennis, saving that one.
Yeah, almost over and back, but good heads-up play by Dennis to realize you got to throw that back without having any part of your body over the line. 4:55 here to go in the third quarter. Washington leading 36-27 over Canton. Demler tried to feed it low to Allison, but that was knocked away by Tibbs. Some contact right there by Emma Heidbritter.
Yeah, it looked like she just tried to hit somebody in the back. Not able to, when Wheeler's not able to see ya, can't run into her from behind.
Nope, you're going to get called on that every time. Inbound almost had two players the same play, but Dennis, wide open layup, missed it high off the glass, and it'll roll off. Looked like rolled off of her, so Washington will get the ball. Now Tibbs taking control of the offense, gives it up to Donald. Now O'Brien back in the corner. Donald dribbling around top of the key. Ill-advised pass right there as that was picked off by Demler. But Dennis, no, excuse me, Wenger for three. That's her fifth three-pointer of the night.
Yeah, I mean, Wenger came into tonight with 40% on the three-point arc. She's already drained 5. It's something that hasn't been stopped yet, Owen.
Yeah, she's a very impressive player. We're just seeing a great shooting clinic from both Tibbs and Wenger. That one was laid in there.
That was Donald for 2.
Yeah, Tibbs and Wenger matching each other with 15 points equally. Now Demler drives in the paint, gets the foul on Becca McDougal.
McDougal a little frustrated there. I mean, Ella Demler's not been able to do much around McDougal, but McDougal there just instituted a foul on the play.
Demler up to 4 points tonight. Now 5 after that first free throw make.
Yeah,
she had 12 points going back into their last game against Pekin in a 53-28 victory.
Yeah, Demler might only be second in scoring, but she's first in field goal percentage, first in rebounds a game, first in assists, first in steals, first in blocks, first at the line. I mean, you might think Allison Wheeler the scorer, but you think of Ella Demler as everything else. So.
Yeah, there's always, the mechanical gears that spin, not where you necessarily see it all the time, but they make the engine go. Here's Wheeler, finds Demler, kicks it around to Goforth. Her three-point shot, swish. Jenna Goforth with the three-pointer. A big shot right there. Just trying to get some energy flowing into the Little Giant team. Heidbritter, her jump shot, too much, pulled in by Dennis. Dennis really wanted that three-point. Great cut by Ella Demler and gets the foul. Didn't get the basket, but she'll get the free throws.
Yeah, she might not be able to make it a three-point play, but the 79% free throw shooter entering tonight at the line is able to do more damage.
Already 1 for 2 tonight. Makes that one. We'll see Redling Schaefer and Goudet check back in the game for have Adrian Donald and Emma Heidbritter. And the second one is good by Demler.
The Little Giants have only had about 6 players in tonight. Washington is bringing players in and out consistently, as that's a timeout there by Kimberly Barth.
Yeah, kind of sensing that, Barth wants to take a timeout, get things under control. As Canton finds their way back, just creeping back into the ball game. Only down 2 at this point in the 38-36 game. And you know, it's a team that if you let them hang around long enough, they're just going to come from underneath and just take your legs out.
Yeah, you know, Barth has been here for 12 years at Washington. She knows how to win basketball games. I mean, they won the Mid-Illini for this. If they win the Mid-Illini this year, it would be their 3rd year in a row taking conference. She is very comfortable in these situations. And, you know, when I talked to her earlier on in the season, I'm sorry, when I talked to her this week, she told me that she's kept them uncomfortable. She knows that they're number 1 at conference, but she's kept the team uncomfortable so that they always try and be more prepared than their opponent, and they always feel like the underdog, even though they're not. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think a great quote that I saw in one of our Plus Sports Media Overtime articles was from Avery Tibbs that, you know, she said they may be young, but it's just not an excuse anymore. You know, they've been able to overcome it and show that despite how young they are, they can be great, so you just can't really use that as an excuse at, you know, any given point.
Well, the timeout there definitely stopped the momentum. Let's see if the youth can define the momentum stoppage and put some points on the board.
And you already mentioned the 3 previous conference titles. And you got to feel like they're not going to be going elsewhere, just with the youth of the team kind of retaking everybody back. 3-pointer, no good, but there's going to be a foul underneath.
It's on Washington. Didn't see the number called.
McDougal. That's her 2nd foul. You know, missed 3-point shots like those. Everybody's scrambling for the ball. Very easy to, you know, pick up one of them silly fouls. Here's Goforth working around. And a great feed to Allison Wheeler. You know, she put that pass really only where Wheeler could go get it.
Yeah, and, you know, a great shot there, almost falling behind her on her back, making it.
You know, Wheeler, she has it in her wheelhouse to make those kind of shots. With 1:30 to play here in the 3rd quarter. So once again, all even at 38. That knocked away by Demler. Loose ball on the floor. Bodies everywhere, and they're going to get a jump ball possession going to Canton. A great defensive effort right there by the Little Giants to force the turnover. So we look on this side of the court, and you got students right there just, you know, you can almost see them like they're on the court, literally.
I mean, they're only 1 step from actually being a violation in this game.
That knocked away by Redling Schaefer. She's got it in transition, puts it up, lays it in. Redling Schaefer with the bucket.
Yeah, Redling Schaefer has been on Brooklyn Dennis all night. Dennis has not been able to score unless if it's on the free throw line because of how incredible of defense Ainsley Redling Schaefer has been playing.
And Goforth, a little out of control right there. Kind of wanted to go up and see if she could draw the foul, but instead turned the ball over. Here's the Panthers. McDougal finds Gaudet. Gaudet had 15 points the last time these two teams matched up. Clock rolling under 40 and finds Tibbs underneath and a nice basket. Not only can Avery Tibbs score from beyond the arc, she can put it up underneath the basket. Some jump passes now go for it. She'll drive again. This time she'll get the foul call.
Yeah, and the Washington coaches are not too happy that there's another foul as they're going to pull some players in. That looks like we're going to see our first sighting.
Gaudet picks up her 3rd foul here late in the 3rd, and just like that, she'll be checking out of the ball game. Got number 33.
We don't have a 33 on our roster, but Washington's checked 33 in.
.5 here to go in the 3rd quarter. Washington up by 3. .33 is Lainey Dravis. And look at a block call on Brooklyn Dennis. She was guarding Avery Tibbs. She didn't have her feet set. She gets called on the blocking foul. 10 seconds to go. Tibbs handling it. They'll get an illegal screen on Becca McDougal.
And Becca McDougal running right to the referee to argue that call. Second that the whistle blew, she started moving to the ref and has not stopped talking to him.
Wants the explanation.
And
she'll be checked out of the game.
Yeah, Kimberly Barth immediately trying to defuse that situation of the argument with the ref just by checking her out.
Under 2 seconds. Wheeler puts up a shot, but as the buzzer goes, she was fouled, and that was behind the three-point arc, so she's going to get 3 free throws to end the third quarter.
Yeah, rookie mistake there by Avery Tibbs, who's a little upset as she goes to the bench. And they're going to just let her shoot with nobody home. Might add a little bit of pressure, but.
Yeah, almost as if she's shooting the technical free throws. First one. Gets a couple bounces, but still good. Some confusion over here. Between the officials and the scoring table. Not sure what the conversation was about. Second free throw, also good. 3 for 3 here would be absolutely huge for the Little Giants as they close out the third quarter on the 3 free throws that tie the game up at 42.
Yeah, Wheeler, a 69% shooter on the free throw line this season, leading point scorer with 12.7 a night, got her 9th to their 1,000-point scorer very recently on January 27th, and shooting 43% from the field this season. She's definitely the person they go to when they need the ball in clutch situations. And she just tied this up at 42 to go into the fourth quarter. We got an exciting one here, Owen.
It's going to be a great one to finish this out. But before we get there, we would like to say tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Molly Maid. Call Molly Maid of Peoria so you can spend more time cheering on your team and less time cleaning your home. Visit mollymaidpeoria.com to schedule a free in-home estimate and start getting your time back. And we'd also like to thank Kep's Sports Bar and Grill for helping you bring tonight's coverage. Kep's in Washington is home of great food, great drinks, and a fun and family-friendly atmosphere. Head on over when you're feeling hungry. Becca McDougal checked out of the game at the 5-second mark there. The first time she was out the whole game, and she's already back in. Yep, can't afford her to be on the bench too much in this game. Her presence just very valuable to this Panthers team. Seeing kind of the stingy defense that the Panthers have now replicated by the Little Giants here to start the fourth quarter. They can feel this is a big ball game and they want it.
Panthers are not able to off their undefeated season in conference. Canton trying to stop that.
But he misses the second free throw. Rebounded by Ella Demler. And at some point, you got to feel like when you have an undefeated record like that, you're not necessarily going out to win games. Sometimes you might feel like you're just trying to protect the record. You can kind of go back to the 2007 New England Patriots where, one of the greatest NFL teams, but, they said they felt like they were more protecting the record more than anything than to try and win the Super Bowl, and that, caught up to them in the final game. Ava Wenger drives baseline, finds Dennis opposite side. That was tipped by McDougal. And a great defensive play there. McDougal striding down the floor. Her jump shot, no good. Try to get her own board, and she'll pick up another foul. That is critical as McDougal picks up her 4th foul of the game with 6:39 to go in the fourth.
McDougal tried that earlier on in the first half, trying to get her own board, and they're not going to sub her out. With 4 fouls with 6:39 on the clock, Coach Barth is there. Oh, there we go. There's the sub for her.
I feel like
you had to have brought the sub in.
Yeah, get her out for just a couple minutes. You need her on the floor in the crunch time, so you don't want to
you can't waste her.
No, you can't. But like, the thing with McDougal is that the past couple fouls she's picked up, it's been on the flip side. While they're on offense, that's not where you want to be picking up fouls, especially your third and fourth your fouls.
I think there's a lot of aggression built up in her right now. And that aggression is just building, and it's caused 2 offensive fouls. With 6:15 on the clock, she can't be out there.
3 by Dravis. Bodies hit the floor, and this is going to be another jump ball. The second
floor there on the possession and a illegal screen earlier on.
Nice move by Demler. Going into the spin cycle and drawing the foul. And yeah, you speak about, Brooklyn Dennis, her just toughness on the court. And, if you're a coach or even just, fans, you got to appreciate when a player just goes all out and, willing to hit the deck for a loose ball, laying it all out there for the team. As Demler knocks in the first free throw. That one tied it up. This one to take the lead for the Little Giants. So Demler knocks in both free throws, and 5:55 to play here in the fourth. Canton with a 1-point advantage over the Panthers. That time turned it over by the Panthers. Wheeler has it. Gives it off to Goforth. Her 3-point shot. Money!
The energy is alive here by Canton. The Canton fans are very much enjoying this show. The gas has not been let up by the Little Giants as they are continuing to play the best defense that we've seen tonight here when it matters, late.
Goforth with arguably so far the biggest shot of the night. Might be seeing that. And another turnover is Goforth again. One-on-one. She drives in the paint. Misses the layup. Knocked away off of Dennis. And the ball will go to the Washington Panthers. Goforth just, almost had a huge sequence of events right there. The 3-point shot, getting the turnover, and almost had the 5-point swing right there, but couldn't connect on the layup. That shot by Dravis, no good. And let's Goforth again with another rebound. A little more patient this time. She'll let the offense go to work. Here's Wheeler driving down, kicks it out to Dennis. Goforth again, top of the key. She'll drive in the paint, up and over layup. No good, but she'll get another foul and 2 free throws.
Something I've noticed watching both coaches tonight is head coach for the Panthers, Kimberly Barth. She's let her emotions be shown. She's been screaming, she's been yelling, she's been pointing. I think Mary Beth Dura, the attorney during day, coach for the women that night, has kind of just been standing there still with her arms across. I've seen her open her mouth 3-4 times tonight.
It just shows the interesting dynamics. That second free throw is missed. Loose ball right in front of us, and she saves it. Goforth saves it from going out of bounds, and it's a possession to the Little Giants. Dennis thought about it, had the pump fake. As I was going to, allude to earlier, the different coaching dynamics you see. There's not one, similar coach when you, stretch across everything. That shot no good by Wheeler. Saved again by Goforth. Wenger down below, wide open layup, and it's good. Wenger gets the points, but Goforth has been the one setting it up every time with the hustle plays, and that's going to lead to a Panther timeout as everybody's getting on their feet here in Canton.
Standing ovation for the timeout call there. Barth furious, screaming and pointing at all her players, and it looks like Becca McDougal has checked back in. They're going to bring 3 new players out, trying to change the momentum for the Panthers.
Here at this timeout break, tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Molly Maid. Call Molly Maid of Peoria so you can spend more time cheering on your team and less time cleaning your home. Visit mollymaidpeoria.com to schedule a free in-home estimate and start getting your time back. And we'd like to thank Kep's Sports Bar and Grill for helping bring you tonight's coverage. Kep's in Washington is home of great food, great drinks, and a fun and family-friendly atmosphere. Head on over when you're feeling hungry. Tell you what, Ken, these Little Giants are feeling hungry for a W tonight.
They are. Last season they went 8-6 in conference. Right now they're 8-4 with 2 conference games left. They win today and they have a better conference record than last season. They finished last year 4th in Mid-Illini. They're currently sitting at 3, and a win tonight could easily cement them in the top will cement them in the top 3. Whether or not they finish second or not will still be determined by Morton.
Yeah, I mean, just across this fourth quarter, Canton's gone on a 19-5 run, and that promptly put in Coach Bart to put in the game McDougal.
With 4 minutes left, it might be a little bit early, but it's needed to stop the momentum.
Yes, I agree. It's much needed if they want to try and come back into this game.
McDougal had 3 defenders on her there, but was able to still get the ball out.
She had it in the corner and knocked away. Panthers will still have the ball. 3:45 here to play in the fourth quarter. Canton has built a 7-point lead, their biggest lead of the night, coming in the crucial moment of the game.
Owen, before the timeout on the Panthers' last offensive drive, Avery Tibbs kind of ran over near us, a little bit shaken up and a little bit stirred. She hasn't been herself the last couple of possessions by each team. I'm wondering if something's going on with her, but she stayed out there and she is driving.
That picked up a foul. And yeah, I mean, you're certainly right. As Avery Tibbs, she had either 13 or 15 points at the halftime break. But as of right now, she's only extended that by 4 points, so a little bit quieter second half from Avery Tibbs.
Yeah, she definitely has looked shaken up in this second half.
Maisie O'Brien with the drive. Can't connect. McDougal right there for the offensive board. Red League favorite for 3. No good. Oh, he got the bounce. I thought she was going to miss it. Gets the friendly bounce here in Canton, and that's a big three-pointer for the Panthers.
I mean, that cut the lead to 4 now for the Little Giants, but they're going to try and extend that with a drive from Wheeler with a kick out.
Go for 3, a little bit left. Tried to save it was Demler. Couldn't do much with it. Now the Panthers have a great opportunity right here. There's a good find underneath, but missed it. A tough miss right there for the Panthers from Heidbreder. Here's Wheeler trying to establish the offense, getting some screens rolling. Nice cut right there by Goforth. Lays it in. Goforth is now in double digits.
The Little Giants made a great move there. They screened McDougal. Since McDougal's been back out on the court at the 4-minute mark, she's been a disruption on offense and defense. They took her out of that one. That's a miss by Tibbs and a great rebound by Wheeler. They took McDougal out of the last 2 plays, resulting in the points and the stoppage.
And on that foul, that's going to be Avery Tibbs, her 4th. So now some real foul trouble for the Panthers as both McDougal and Tibbs, they still have it as 3, so maybe it might be her 3rd, but still, nonetheless. Here's Goforth going up. Just missed it. McDougal with the rebound. Clock going under 2 minutes, and it's a 6-point Little Giant lead. Panthers have the ball. Nice drive by Macy O'Brien. Can't get it, and the Panthers just with a lid on the basket. Can't find anything, even when they drive to the rim.
When you look at the Panther bench, they look more uncomfortable than I've ever seen a team in high school in my life. I mean, all their heads are on their hands are on their heads. Coaches are in disbelief. Teams all standing on that offensive drive. I think they're in a little bit of shock right now. As a timeout's then called by Dura with 1:25 left on the clock. They killed about 20 seconds there before that timeout.
Yeah, there was kind of, I believe it was Goforth over there by the wing. She picked up her dribble and no one was around her. Kind of sensed the trouble that the offense was in. And this is a huge point. If they can get a bucket here, they can really, have a sizable lead entering under the 1 minute mark to go in the fourth quarter. Now, if you're Coach Barth, what are you telling your squad right now in the timeout?
Well, when I talked to her before today's game, she was not surprised with how this season was going. She was just proud that the team was stepping up. She believes that the sophomores have been able to be calm in these situations. And, I mean, with 2 players with 4 fouls, they're going to need to hit those big shots. They're going to need to rebound. They're going to need to play tenacious defense like she's been telling me that those sophomores have been able to do in clutch situations all year. I mean, when you look at Washington, in the last 2 seasons, currently they're ranked number 3 in this week's AP poll, but in the last 2 seasons, 4 of their 9 losses have came to normal community. 1 loss from Mid-Illini schools, and that was to Dunlap last season.
So yeah, if indeed Canton can finish this one on top, it'll be their first conference loss for the Washington Panthers. And, you know, you kind of maybe have a feeling, you know, looking at the Panthers schedule, that next Tuesday they're at Morton, and that's a huge Mid-Illini game. This was probably a trap game. They could have had their sights set on Morton ahead of Canton, and Canton's going to, you know, make them pay for it. There's a foul picked up by Redling Schaefer. That's going to be the 4th team foul for Washington.
Second for
That's their 5th now. So now Canton will be shooting double bonus the rest of the way in this one for the 1:14 remaining.
Yeah, Red Schleiner with her 2nd foul on the night, but she's been playing some tenacious defense up against Brooklyn Dennis. Held Dennis to only getting points at the free throw line, but misses her first one there.
Yeah, free throws are crucial, and, you know, it doesn't matter if you're up or you're down. You got to make your free throws with 1:14 left in the game. She makes the 2nd. Dennis up to 5 points now, and it's a 7-point Canton lead. 3 ball by O'Brien. Can't connect. Rebounded by Goforth.
McDougal can't foul, so the clock got drained about 5 seconds there because McDougal couldn't commit the foul. And now they just sent the #1 free throw shooter of the Little Giants, Ella Demler, back to the line.
Yeah, feeling a sense of urgency with a minute to play, down 7. Free throw is going to be the name of the game here coming down the stretch. But that's no issue for Demler. She knocks in the first one. She's now into double digit for scoring. And she makes the 2nd. 2 massive free throws push it to a 9-point Little Giant lead under a minute to play. Tibbs in the corner, drives, puts up the floor, connects. Good bucket right there from Tibbs. Try and cut the deficit. Some full court defense here by the Panthers. Oh, that one was just about stolen by O'Brien. Canton catches a break right there. They got a foul here. I mean,
I think they're having a discussion about it. And now they pulled her.
Dennis makes the first free throw, and for Tibbs, she's going to finish the night. I mean, she had 19 points. She had a really good game, but, I mean, we said it. She kind of went quiet here in the second half for the Panthers.
Yeah, Little Giants came out with an answer for her on defense, and that answer was Brooklyn Dennis and the tenacious body damaging play that she had to kind of stop Tibbs, the offensive threat of the Panthers. It's that 3 from McDougal that can come and stop the clock, but that still drains the clock as Wheeler misses the first free throw.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a post player and you have 4 fouls, it just really limits your ability to go out and make a play, because you kind of lose trust in yourself. At seconds, fans are feeling it here in Canton. Still a loose ball. And they're going to wind down the clock. It's going to hit zeros. It may be February 2nd, but it's starting to feel like March here in Canton, Illinois.
Hugs all around, cheers all around, everyone on their feet. A senior night victory for Canton ends Washington's defeated spell in the Mid-Illini.
What a game. I mean, Ken, we were just really treated to a treat tonight in Mid-Illini Conference as the students are going to take the floor. Wow, just a thrilling Friday night here in Canton, Illinois. I mean, and you just look at Washington, they're just hanging their heads. They felt like, they probably should have had this game. I mean, most of this game, they were dominating. But that fourth quarter, Canton just dug deep and found a way to prevail and get this W.
Canton started the third quarter out with the same way they started the first quarter out, but very quickly they said not today. They put the pedal on the metal, they put the gas in, and they did not let up. They went into the fourth quarter only tied, and they came out victorious.
I mean, just an all-around effort by this Canton Little Giant team. From, coaching standpoint, player standpoint, looking across the numbers, we see that Ava Wenger was the leading scorer tonight with 17 points, including 5 3-pointers made. She was huge for the Little Giants. Other scorers, Ella Demler with 11 points, Jenna Goforth 10 points. I would say she's an unsung hero of this ball game because of her defensive ability to go get rebounds, go get steals, and just make play after play.
Yeah, when I talked to Mary Beth Durr before the game, she told me if all things go well and it's a night when we're playing well, you're going to see a competitive game and you're going to see a Canton win, and that's what we saw tonight.
Other scores, Allison Wheeler finishes with 9 and Brooklyn Dennis with 7. Now we go to the flip side with the Washington Panthers, who come up short tonight. Their first loss in conference play. Tibbs had 19 points, led the way, but she fouled out, foul trouble late in the game, as well as McDougal. She had 4 fouls. She's played the whole game, but was definitely limited, and there was a stretch period in that fourth quarter where she had to go to the bench, and I think that's really where it flipped the script for Canton when she was off the court.
You know, when you have one of your top 3 offensive players and your best defensive player have to sit out for half of the fourth quarter when it was tied because of foul trouble, you can't go into it expecting much. And the rest of the Panthers were not able to step up in her presence, and the Little Giants just exposed them without McDougal on the floor.
And some other scores to round out the Panthers. Redling Schaefer had 8 points. O'Brien with 6. Buddy with 4. And then combining all for 2 points respectively, Donald, Heidbreder, and Goudet. So I think we could put a bow on tonight with a huge, huge 58-51 upsetting victory in the Mid-Illini for Canton over Washington, 58-51. What's your final thoughts, Caden?
You know, Mary Beth Durr told me before this season even started that her goal was to win this game. She saw it. She saw senior night, the last home game of the year, and a home game against Washington all in one, and said, we're going to win that. And they came out and did it.
And that'll do it for us. So big shout out to our crew tonight, John Michael producing, Robert Brown manning the camera, Paco with the picks, and for my partner, Caden Sexton, I'm Owen Dimple, signing off. This has been a presentation of Clutch Sports Media. We'll see you soon. Have a good night, folks.